So basically, we want to say aloha to everybody out there, whoever watching us. We don't know who's watching us. We really don't care, but yeah, we're here to have a discussion, just straight from Waiʻanae.
Straight from the ʻāina.
Yeah, straight from the ʻāina. This place is called ʻāina Maluhia, and we want to just touch upon how we got to where we're at right now, having a discussion, or having a conversation about being thankful. We open up with Nani over here.
Oh my gosh. Oh. Yeah, straight from the ʻāina. Being thankful. Definitely. This really is a mahalo for me, and I think for all of us, a mahalo for the door being open, for an additional opportunity for DHHL to fulfill the kuleana, to bring our people back to ʻāina, for that pilina that's missing, that has been missing for a very long time. And so there is no way that we could have done this without the help, one, of kūpuna, right, to help us guide us here, to understand what this space is. There's no way that we could have done this without the help and ike of our dear friend Kalai Manaole. There's no way that we could have done this without the leadership and the example that comes from our kūpuna that sit here today with us. There's no way that we can go forward in this without the help of the DHHL staff, Julie. Yeah. There's no way that we can do this without the help of others that are not Kanaka as well. Yes. And so this is a kako thing. This is an opportunity for us to realign ourselves, to build that relationship, right? Back to ʻāina, so that we can build that relationship back with each other.
So for the most part, all of us here are Kanaka, or married to a Kanaka. And so this is ʻāina that is in the control of DHHL, or Department of Hawaiian Homelands, that has sat vacant and unused for time eternal. And so if outside of this property, there's a whole conversation taking place about people who, what we consider homeless. And it called us into action to build pilina with our community. And we found out that a lot of the people living on the coastline, unsheltered or living rough, are beneficiaries on the wait list, waiting for a home or waiting for a space so that they can not be bothered. Basically, you know, ke kanawai maloha, some place to just lay your head down where you're going to be safe. And so we took that opportunity to identify ʻāina in our community. We are from Waiʻanae, and build upon that, you know. So we're working on re-establishing connection for all of us to ʻāina, that which feeds, kūpuna, in all phases of our understanding, not just the kūpuna in the flesh, but the kūpuna of the past and the kūpuna that are yet to be born. So that's what we wanted to build this conversation on. And we all have different kind of views and understanding, religious beliefs, whatever. But we are here for one purpose, and that's to build community.
I would like to say that one of the best things I see about this whole thing right here is that the statement that was made by Auntie Momi when she was offered to go to a shelter, and she asked them, what is the requirements? They said, oh, you gotta be homeless. And standing on this ʻāina, Auntie said, I'm not homeless, I am home. And for me, when you put the kanaka back on the ʻāina, which is what the Hawaiian Homelands Commissions Act is supposed to be for, we are home. We are home. So as long as your feet is touching this soil that is declared Hawaiian Homelands, we are home. And no matter if we are on any other island or whatever, wherever Hawaiian Homelands is, when our feet is on the ʻāina, we are home. And it's funny that it's not just lands on the Hawaiian homelands. It's everywhere. And so for me, this is the start of rebuilding our nation, is to get Kanaka back on the ʻāina, to be home.
So with that, getting Kanaka back onto ʻāina, there's usually two things that come up in my mind. One is kuleana, the other one is kulana. And Nani, if we can talk about kuleana and kulana.
All right. So kulana is the position that you hold. All right. What is that position that you hold? It could be makainana, it could be kahuna, it could be ali'i, it can be mo'i. Every kulana has a kuleana, a responsibility, right, to Mālama your kulana. In the most Pono way, it should be, right? And today, a lot of leadership have not been awamoing their kuleana in their kulana to the Pono extent that they need to be, right? And so, this ʻāina for us allows us to build upon what you're finding your kulana. What is your position, right? What is your kuleana for that kulana that you hold? This space is a space, not the only space, but a space that we can find that together, right?
I think it's good that you're challenging the department to find different ways to allow Hawaiians to return to the land. That is the premise of the act, to return Native Hawaiians to the land. And there's so many ways this could be done. And we haven't explored, the majority of the ways. We just have done the house with the 30-year mortgage. That's pretty much the way that we return Native Hawaiians to the land. So this is exciting to look at all the different ways that we could open up, that we can look at how can we operationalize that return of Hawaiians to the land in so many different ways that are right for the land and right for the people, the community.
That's a good conversation to have because, again, the ʻāina, if we did a view of the ʻāina, it didn't look like this a couple of months ago. There was a lot of opala. It was not taken care of. And so we put a lot of sweat equity into the space. And not because we view it as some sort of monetary value. We view it as what is necessary in our kuleana to take care of our kūpuna.
Yeah, like I think where Lynette them comes in is like what they're doing with Mākua. So how does that relate? Like, what do you do with Mākua and where we at?
I think it's fair to say that Mākua actually calls the shots. So even though we're talking about putting houseless Kanaka who qualify for DHHL land, but who can't for lots of reasons get that land because they wouldn't qualify for a loan, for example, they can come here because the place needs them. I'm going to say that about Mākua. Mākua needs us. Somebody has to be over there to, silly as this might sound, to tell Mākua how beautiful it is. How lovely you look when the sun is coming up. So that when some fool is out there trying to bomb it or burn it, our job is to actually put ourselves in the middle so that it doesn't happen anymore. And I kind of look at DHHL and the potential for having people live here as a way to get this ʻāina to thrive. It's really about this place. I mean, it's about all the people that don't have a place, but it's about the potential for this place. And I'm going to say this because we're sitting here in this particular spot for a reason, because behind me is a sacred object that people don't want to call attention to because it's a sacred object. But the reality is when we're in Mākua, and we were in Mākua this morning, that valley is constantly telling us all kinds of stuff. Do this, do that, don't do this. Or come and sit here and just admire how beautiful the scene is. This place, this object behind us is telling us, speak your truth. We do not have forever. Like, hurry up and tree, stop it. Okay. It's like we act as if we have forever. We do not have forever. The world is changing and people are dying. Our people are dying. And yes, good on the city and good on the state that they want to, like, down the road plan this, that, and the other. And good on DHHL that you're going to build this many more houses for somebody down the road. Because you make the assumption that down the road, all of that is, we're still going to be around. I don't know. The world is changing under us. The environment is changing. People need safety. We need to have a place to thrive and to Mālama this place before the big crash comes, which I think is going to come, even though nobody wants to talk about it.
It's coming.
Something is coming. How are we preparing for that? If our people are houseless and homeless and living in the parks and in the beaches, what will happen to them? They already have adopted skills. They can live on the beaches now, but it's not the best life, and it's not a good life, and it's not caring for ʻāina. So if they're going to live in that way and they can thrive in that way, they need to thrive here. This place needs to thrive. So for me, always wanting to talk less about the people that are going to benefit and more about the place that will benefit, that will help all the people benefit more. Crazy, yeah?
Not at all.
We had that conversation about pilina, right? And if people don't understand pilina, it's about relationship. It's about establishing reasons why you develop the relationship. Pilina is not just about planting something, but understanding your kuleana and your kulana is shaped to that plant. The resources that come from that plant, it's a reciprocal relationship. It's not a one-sided kind of, I take what I need and that's it. No, we have to, again, it's just going back to our kūpuna understanding of how important it is to live Pono, right? And when we talk about Pono, it's not just, it's really about restoring balance so that everything can thrive. Right now, I don't think many of us have relationships to our kūpuna understanding, and that's disheartening. That's sore.
We're learning.
Yeah, but you're not likely to find that unless you have access to ʻāina.
Yes, I agree.
So I'm just gonna say that, we go up Ka'ala once a month. There's a burial site up there. No one takes care of. We go up there and we cut grass, pull weeds. But in the process of doing that, something happens to us. And it's happy work. And they tell us, like, without talking, where have you been? Look at all this. How come you're not taking care? And I think we miss them and they miss us. And then we all think about when we leave, what I didn't do. And so when I come again, I got to take care of that because I didn't do it the last time. So that they're living inside us already because they remind us constantly, don't forget this, 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 and this. And when we go right to that place because we didn't finish that work. And then we finish that up and we move to the next thing. There is some conversation going on between us and ʻāina. We don't even question it. We know it happens because we're on the ʻāina. You still got to get there. This place can only talk to you after you get here. You got to get here. Would you not say so?
I would like to address that what you just said. And to me, it doesn't matter if you're Kanaka or not Kanaka, because what you just was talking about, when we first reclaimed our lands over there, my wife, who's wholly Japanese, had her own epiphany about the ʻāina. And baby, try to explain that, what you was talking about.
So when we got there, to me, I could feel the ʻāina, and I told him we have to work with what the ʻāina is giving us because, we had our visions, or he had his visions, But some of those visions don't align.
Yeah.
Right? And so we have to
I had to
just
learn.
work with the ʻāina, what the ʻāina gives to us. And I'm the only one that's not Kanaka. But can I just say that I'm completely humbled to be sitting here with you guys as I realize I am a guest. Just like I'm a guest of Hawaii. And so, you know, to me as a guest, I feel like I also have kuleana, right? And I know my place here, and I know that everything belongs to Kanaka. And I will do everything that I can, you know, to make sure that that happens again, you know. So that's just my...
Yeah, we playing into that, like for us too, we just had this big rains this past last week, and in our head we see things, right? But of course the ʻāina gonna speak also, right? And so when wash out half of our plans, and so it tells us how important we had planned to kilo. We had planned to observe how the ʻāina is shaped, but when the movai, especially in Waiʻanae, we almost never have water for 1 year. Yeah, never have. So we could plan, but yet we had to adjust, right? And no sense feel bad about it, because it's way of speaking to us that we gotta pay attention. And so therefore we're paying attention how water flows here on this ʻāina. We're making adjustments, and we're gonna build accordingly. And when we say build, we're not looking to put structures. We're looking at natural elemental features or natural materials that exist in a space that can be utilized to kind of hoʻonani, you know, just make things a little bit more aesthetically nice to look at, right? Because our kūpuna was that way. They always look to ways to kind of, you know, if one had one nice mumu, the next one would get a better one, you know? The feathers would come out on the hat. So we know those kinds of things. We have to return back to that understanding, you know, beautifying our area.
Don't forget that if we never get clean that yard, you're going to get cracks.
Yeah.
Because basically that yard better clean before you go out.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so that's how we all grew up.
Yeah.
What you see, what they saw mattered. So they were taking in neatness and beauty and alignment, and how that's all you can appreciate when you look at the mountains, how beautiful they are, because you kind of got that from your grandparents who would give you cracks if you never admired the yard that you just cleaned because now it's beautiful, that kind of thing.
So how is it, Auntie Momi, now that you've been here since over a month now, that this whole experience, you know, can you
I keep on thinking, yes, I was born maka'ainana, I'm going to die maka'ainana. And I get choked up because I can finally understand what it is to be maka'ainana.
Hola.
You can explain that, break the maka'ainana down.
Oh my gosh.
By living on the ʻāina, I can be the eyes of the ʻāina, and I can
Ew.
be the hands and serve the ʻāina as needed. So I was so excited about the water coming down. I wanted to see how the ʻāina behave too. And that gave me a glimpse in being able to see what the ʻāina is saying, and it's okay, I see what's happening. We hear you, we're listening, and we're going to try and work with this. And then I realized there's only one section. I never see what happened back there, so I got to keep my eyeballs open. We all do. But I am excited about being the eyeballs on this ʻāina for watch the food grow and be a part of assisting. My job is to serve that ʻāina and help food grow.
I can vouch for her being the eyes of the ʻāina, as she called me with a long, you know, I get the messages that, okay, the rain is coming this way and it's going this way and the tarp is gone and this is this. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, I have to get there quick, you know. And so, yeah, we're making adjustments and we live with the possibilities of whatever comes our way. But the most important thing is that she's not in a space where somebody is waking her up at 1:30 in the morning and say, you got to get out of here. You take all your belongings, pack up. It hasn't happened.
They give you 5 minutes to pack.
Yeah. And so that's the change, right? In terms of, and so when we went to the department at the commission meeting, we express that feeling, right? This is why we're doing the work. Partially it's because of her, partially it's because of our kūpuna whana. You know, many of us have lost relatives waiting on the homestead list. I myself am a grandchild of Lisi's, who my mom has waited a very long time, and we always thought we was going to live in a certain area, and that never happened, you know, because she was born in Nanakuli. My grandfather delivered her on that ʻāina. We always thought we was going to be on that ʻāina, but yet didn't understand that there is a process, right? And so if no more one lot to give you, then you kind of wiped away, right? And so this is an opportunity for us to kind of look at that and say, no, we should always have access to our ʻāina. Kula needs to exist. We should be able to plant ieve. And some of us might not understand what that means, but it doesn't stop you from learning, you know? You don't have to give birth in the hospital anymore. Like, it's been established that we can deliver our own kids again. Our kūpuna did it, we should be able to do it. We should be able to grow our own medicine as it was done before. And look at the observation, because many of the medicines are not doing us any justice. Not doing any justice. We should look at all of the systematic kind of processes and see how it relates to how we live as Kanaka. It shouldn't be the opposite way. We shouldn't have to wipe away all of who we are so that you can develop a system to kind of create who we are.
Fit us into a box.
Yes, and so
we got comfortable trying to fit into that box.
Because money attached, right? But when the money is gone, then what? The stress comes on.
And I think a lot of us are still too comfortable in that system that we live right now. You know, my grandma too was on the wait list. She died. Luckily, my dad was able to obtain her parcel. Going through the process, that was a long process for him as well. You know, and now that he's returned to Pole, this system really, for me, I'm going to speak personally, for me, it's caused a division in my ohana, a really big one. And that's not us as Kanaka. Yeah, and so this opportunity that is opening up now, I have my sister and my brother here, you know, and my son. And to be able to pull them in, bring them in, into understanding what ʻāina can do for us as a family. There are other opportunities that we need to speak with, Julie, because we're already in that mindset of the next addition to how to help DHHL lower that list within a family unit. Yeah, and so the change is needed. It is a must.
Are we making the assumption that DHHL actually would like us to move in this direction?
We're not making an assumption, but we do say that DHHL was the commissioners and the chairman was open to.
They were very open.
He was supportive. And so we're thankful for that, you know, going back to what we're thankful for.
Yes.
We have to be thankful that they were receptive.
Yes.
And in fact, we had exchanged words with a number of commissioners that say, oh, thank you. At least now we can come visit. Yes. You know, because prior to that, we was like, most wanted probably. You know, the drones was coming, right? We can laugh about it as Kanaka, but the drones was here watching Auntie Momi do whatever she was doing. And so
I told the investigators I get trauma from drones. Don't do that. They took it away.
And we want to also, you know, the connection to Mākua is important because any kid that grew up, at least my age, that grew up in Waiʻanae, know what the bombing sounds like in Waiʻanae. We know what the bombs on the other side of the mountain sounds like. We know that the bombs all of the munition that was dumped into the ocean, and the letters that went out in the schools that talk about no go to the landmines, no go to the ocean mines because it might blow up, or if something washes up on shore, stay away from it, So occupation is real for us.
Yeah.
A lot of people won't talk about occupation, but it is real. You know, growing up in this space, if you really pay attention, it still exists, right? The bombing's still occurring from, and I'm in my 50s already. The bombing is still occurring on the other side of that mountain. They're training, and it's crashing loud. And if you blow anything up over here, you're going to hear it through the whole.
Yeah.
So all of the animals get scared.
And so that's why I say, like, the leadership from Auntie Lynette and Mālama Mākua, like, is
Kūpuna
prevalent
Council.
in this Kūpuna Council as well. The relationship that we see they've built with our so-called enemies. They're not our enemies at this moment. We're able to have a conversation with them, a Pono conversation. And that's what the movement needs to be within all of these agencies today. Kanaka understanding and ike has to, especially here in Hawaii, has to be at the forefront. And that can only come from our Kanakas.
Right.
Only come from our Kanakas.
Can I assume that you got that the fact that Mālama Mākua adopted a new mission statement, we Mālama Mākua as a piko of peace and hoʻi ea, is that something that you are now thinking might apply to this area?
Oh, we definitely know that.
Before,
Yeah.
Before we even stepped foot on this, I think we already knew that this was an addition to that piko of peace that you hold in Mākua as well.
We already know through the endless kind of Kūpuna Council meetings and our conversations with Uncle Poka that Mālama Mākua has been able to host. All of those things have assisted us in really thinking about how we move forward, right? Having conversations with Demant or Kalai has been important to us because his values is aligned to our values. It wasn't that we was looking at his plan as the only plan. No, we knew that we had to adjust because the need for adjustment is out there on the outside of the space. So, you know, again, as Hawaiians, we name places. ʻāina Maluhia or Waiʻanae is named because we need peace in our community. You like talk about killing and all of the negative impacts that are out there. Julie came to us today with this word, positive impact. So this is a positive impact.
Yes.
This is for the department to know that this is a positive impact.
No fancy, but FOPI. Findings of positive impact.
Right. And you know, I like that because that get us back to our place of where we need to be. The trauma that our people have suffered, I believe that open wound is still there from January 17, 1893. You know, when you took our mo'i away from us and abolished that leadership right there, that had a devastating effect upon our kupuna, who looked to her for guidance and protection and all that. And when that got destroyed, you destroyed generations of people who were tied to that reality. And now I believe that it is a time for our people to come back. And I believe it's going to come back from our mana wahine, personally, because it is.
Do you know any?
Yes. We got them right here. We got them right here. You know, and I followed your lead. Right, when the Kūpuna Council dared to go take our people on a beach and put them at Uluke Kukui, you know what I mean? Just went and did it, right? And when the head of the department said, "I'm not going to arrest the protesters," I'm like, okay, then that's a green light. And you know what's sad is that our lāhui is so conditioned to be afraid of the occupiers, to be afraid of the usurpers, that we are afraid to make a move to set ourselves free. And it took a kūpuna waiʻanae.
That's why you gotta hang out with old people. People don't care. Basically, what are you gonna do? Shoot me?
And
So yeah, we're gonna do it.
yeah, and I just wanted to give that tribute to our mana wahine, because I was raised by my mom. My mom, pure Hawaiian, and she was on the wait list for 30 years. And she never got to see this. She never got to experience her feet on her own ʻāina. You know, she has 6 siblings, only one of which had homestead. And to me, that's the tragedy, like what Nani was talking about, is that generations of our families are dispersed. My cousins moved to the mainland, you know,
Continent.
yeah, to the continent, yeah, to the continent, right? And or wherever they went. And for me, I love all my cousins. We all have a tight bond with each other, even though we're not in communication. We all know each other. And for me, to take this space to honor my mother is why I do what I do.
Voila.
And I think that for us going forward is going outside of ourselves and to make things right what was made wrong against us. And I think that that's the move going forward.
So I think that's basically the essence of what we're trying to say is we're thankful that we have the opportunity to kind of be on ʻāina, and then we're working towards a greater pathway to building lāhui.
Yeah.
Moving forward, we hope to have these conversations ongoing so that you can see the progress, everybody can see the progress, but also we can see our own progress in terms of how we changing ourselves, the ʻāina within, right?
Yeah.
Because the ʻāina doesn't just exist outside of us, it exists within us. And so with that, if Nani can close us off with one nice little...
Hola. Before I do that, I do want to, like, again, say a big mahalo. Mahalo, mahalo, mahalo to DHHL for opening up this space.
Yes.
And to Kalai in particular,
Yes.
because
Yeah.
I think he was really open.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I appreciated
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Can I speak to that? Okay, because you know Hoʻomana Pono been there at the department constantly and at the state capitol constantly, and one of the things that has really upset me is that Kalai has been taking cracks from our own people, attacking him all the time in all these moves that he's making, right? And I've never had an opportunity or been blessed with the opportunity to sit down and have a meal with the guy. I only could see him operating the way he operates since 2017. And the one thing that I appreciated about what he is doing is why I supported of him is because he thinks outside of the box to make more offerings than what the department, like what Julie was talking about, only the turnkey home, self-help and all that, right? But you know, when the chips was down and we were threatened, we were, you know, they was going to do police action, threatening to do police action, Kalai took a step back. You know, it takes a strong leader to move outside of the comfort zone of being that boss and saying, nobody going to tell me what to do, right? And he took a step back and he said, you know what, we're not going to do police action. That's not for us, right? To me, it takes a strong leader to take that kind of position. And then, this is what I love most of all, is that our people came to the commission on one J agenda. And everybody knows the J agenda is a non-decision making agenda. But guess what happened that day? What you did that day, Nani.
We did.
What you did that day, Dana. And what you did, Auntie Momi, that day. When you spoke, right? You moved the commission to do something that they're not used to doing that day. And what they did was they engaged and they allowed us to talk with them. And from that, a decision was made on a non-decision making agenda. So it's our people that can make the difference. Our people can come together and work with the department, work with the commission to make things happen. And I think if our people would just come together and stop attacking each other and decide that we're going to make things work together. But can you imagine what we do tomorrow?
We get mechanisms to help address that. It's
Yes.
called Ho'oponopono.
Ho'oponopono.
So with that in mind, Nani, can you give out your contact info? Is that okay?
Hey, yeah, fine. 6910551.
Is that an 808 number?
It's an 808 number.
And then what's your full
and
name?
It's No Kawaiʻola. No Kawaiʻola. NOKAWAIOLA@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the conversation is open about anything. We need
Yeah.
people to come and kako'o. That's what
Yeah,
we need.
and so that was the other point that I wanted to make on top of the mahalo is that we can't do this alone. It's a kako thing. And you may not know yet what is your part. You're never gonna know until you come. And so the gate is open. When Auntie says it's open.
Hey, there's something funny. I just want to share.
Oh,
You
go
know,
ahead.
Nani said you don't know what your part is. Yeah, we get one tent on the other side over here. Took 3 actual deliveries from 3 different individuals to make the tent complete. One person delivered 12 pots. The other person came in with 3 pots. I had to buy 1 pot, and somebody had the 7 legs. And finally, we get one tent over here that is working, functional, and serving its purpose. So,
How many Hawaiians take
And that only can happen when we do them together.
and we can laugh about it. But yeah, with that,
Alright,
if
yeah.
you can close us, and then
Yeah, so no, I'm not done. Sorry. This can go on and on because the conversation has to continue from this point on. And so we're looking for kako'o from our community, from our moku Waiʻanae, to come and talk story with us. Our organizations that are out there that do kanaka kind stuff.
Right.
Yeah, come and vala'au with us and see how you fit as well, because all of us fit some way, somehow. Yeah, and so I want to open that up. Go ahead, because I'm not powerful.
Okay, so on that fact, one of the things that has impressed me from when we're doing our own pilot project is that my wife, I like her speak for herself. What she did with all these Ace Hardware, City Meal, all that guys, right? Nobody wanted to come and help us, right? But you know who came? Kanaka came. Kanaka, small businesses, they're struggling themselves. They're struggling to get contracts to even make their businesses work. And they came and they were in Mālama us. And it was an amazing thing that I can tell you right now, from my own personal experience, we can rebuild our nation. When Hawaiians come together, we can solve complex problems together. When we decide to put down our spears against each other, we can solve this problem together. If we just put the spears down against each other, we can do this. And explain what happened to you when you did what you did.
Yeah, so I made PowerPoint presentation, which I
It
printed.
was beautiful, huh? You was proud.
I was proud. And we made copies, and he and I we took 2 days, 3 days, and we just spent the whole day going from business to business. And what offended me is, I'm not going to say the name of the company, but they emailed me back and said, while we commend you for doing what you're doing for the Hawaiian people, unfortunately, we cannot help you at this time. And I thought, commend us for doing what we're doing for the Hawaiian people. They own what you're on. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, how do you... I was so frustrated. I even bypassed everybody and went straight to the CEO, and they give me this BS, oh, I'll send you to this department, that department. They eventually sent me to a department that had grants, and I thought, great, 5 different programs, 3 of which were already expired. And I thought, why would you send me here? And the other 2, we didn't qualify because we weren't a nonprofit. And I specifically told them, this is it's just me and my husband trying to get this done. And it was ridiculous, And some of the people that I talked to, they were Hawaiian. And, And so just one more thing that I wanted to share, you know, like my husband said, I'm Japanese haole, right? My dad was born in West Virginia. My mom was born in Japan. I was born in Japan. We moved here when I was 6 months old. You know, everybody says 50% Hawaiian, right? I'm 50% Japanese. To my Japanese family, I will never be Japanese enough to be considered the Japanese girl. I will forever be known as the little cute haole girl that lives in Japan, in Hawaii. To my white side, I'm 50% white. But I don't fit there either, because to them, I'm the cute little Japanese girl that lives in Hawaii, right? When I moved here, I was 6 months old. I didn't know, so I grew up here, to me. But you know where, ironically, I fit? Is Hawaiians accepted me, right? I feel like I fit here more than I fit anywhere else. And so to me, you know, you guys have a birthright. I don't have a birthright just because I'm 50% Japanese. I don't have a birthright in Japan. I don't have a birthright in West Virginia. But you guys have a birthright here. And I just think whatever it takes, you just have to keep that going and hold on to it, because that's something unique. You know, that's something that people like me will never have, no matter how much I love this place, you know. It's just, that's very, very unique, and it's just amazing.
So I would like to be able to cap that, in that all this time we've been told by the powers that be, Hawaiians, stand down for the greater good of everybody else. And that has only destroyed our lāhui even further, right? But I believe that when the kanaka is good, everybody else can be good. And the reason why I believe that is because we believe that we are one part of one humanity, right? You know, and that, of course, you know, when get ugly people out there, you know, we get issues with that, right? But we Mālama everybody. We Mālama the sand over here, we Mālama the grass over here, we Mālama the sky, we Mālama everything. And so by coming back to this place, we're coming home. And that's where I believe we belong. We belong home. And when we're home, we're going to sit down and eat, and we're going to talk story, and we're going to enjoy each other.
We're going to laugh, and we're going to sing, and then we're going to figure out what is the next step.
Exactly.
Mahalo, 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 kako for being here today. I think if we can, just one line of mana'o from each of us going forward before we close. Okay. Dana, you first.
The mana'o from me is that we just gotta do. Makahana ka'ike. We learn through doing.
Right.
For me, the future looks bright.
Yeah.
The future looks bright. Our options look great, and you know, we'll take them to the next period of history here.
For me, I think I cannot represent Kanaka, but I can represent people who are here as guests, you know. And so I hope that what I have said kind of opens the eyes of non-Kanaka, so that you realize what needs to be done, what you can do, you know, and what is rightfully so.
Sister.
To me, I believe that you cannot have sovereignty if you don't think sovereign. You cannot have sovereignty if you don't speak sovereign. You cannot have sovereignty if you don't act in a sovereign way. And in order for us to be sovereign and to practice self-determination, the best way right now that's out there is on the Hawaiian homelands, because it is in a charter. Read section 101 of the Act. We have every right to be self-sufficient and to practice self-determination. And when we're able to do that, we will be able to rebuild our nation. And we'll be able to show the world what Auntie Pilahi Paki said in the 70s. That the world one day gonna look at us for aloha. We are the saving grace to the world. But first, we gotta get that place for ourselves. And returning home is where we need to be. So rise up, our people. Time to come home.
I think this ʻāina is really happy. That's all I'm gonna say.
Hola.
Oh, I'm grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I believe that having been on the ʻāina, I can finally practice the cultural values that I've learned about and try to live. I can live it now. Thank you.
Hola.
What's it on? Oh, ua mau ke eo ka ʻāina ka pono is past tense. So can we start doing e mau ke eo ka ʻāina ka pono and speak it out so that we live it today? I believe in that. Yeah, I believe in that. But let's stop saying past tense because people think we dying off already.
Aye.
I was like, no, I still chant. I still do hula. We still here, you know. So
Hola.
let's make it current, present, you know, in the present time. E mau ke eo ka ʻāina ka pono.
Eo.
Ea, ea.
Aloha to the Iliu who love this place very, very much as well, as you can see. I'm going to let this dirty shirt that I've been wearing today in the ʻāina speak for itself. I leave Hawaii for Hawaiians. I allow us to be us in the space that is us. And
We Mālama.
oh yeah.
Alright, this started the movement. Started the movement.
You guys go where you guys shirts next one. I think this needs to be another conversation. We need to do another on the ʻāina, straight from the ʻāina kind of talk story session coming soon. But I also wanted to, again, there's going to be a community cleanup, a simple community cleanup because it's much needed in this space. There are some projects that we see that ʻāina is telling us that needs to be done. And so keep an eye out for that on any one of our Facebook pages.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you guys want to...
Oh, you going to take the lead right now.
Okay, we're going to close this out with... because you brought in Auntie Pilahi Paki, we're going to close out with Auntie Pilahi Paki in her aloha chant. And if you know this, please do this with us. Akaina waiʻi lo kaia kulike olu kamanao ha koukulana Nakila aloha 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 me ke aloha pumehana from ʻāina Maluhia o Waiʻanae, straight from the ʻāina. Ola no.
Thank you. I cried through that whole thing.
Loa'a, can you take a photo and then send me?
Were we live?
No.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Fist up or
fist
shaka?
up, fist up, fist up.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Hola.